You're not scrolling because you're lazy. You're scrolling because you just lack self respect. I remember around 3 years ago, vividly, I was a gooner. I was just gooning constantly. But the main thing that really upset me was scrolling. I was scrolling like 8, 10 hours a day. And every time that I wanted to try to stop, I just kept falling back to scrolling. Like one day I'd wake up, I'd be so pumped up, ready to start the day. And then a few hours later, I'd just be scrolling again. And this kind of cycle repeated itself constantly. You know exactly the type of stuff I'm talking about, where weeks go by and you're still in the exact same spot as you were weeks ago. Nothing has changed. You're still just scrolling. You're trying to stop, but nothing changes. That pissed me off. I remember I was so upset. Not only at scrolling, but really I was upset at myself. I was upset at myself because I couldn't follow a simple command that I give myself. That when I made a promise to myself, I would break it. That hurt. I remember it made me feel like, why would other people respect me when I can't even respect myself? And that was the realization that I needed to finally make a change, because it wasn't until then that, I was just like living life. I was discontent at being discontent. So I wasn't happy with my life, but I wasn't doing much about it either. That's how it usually goes. But when you actually get to that breaking point, which I'm guessing you're at that breaking point now, considering you're watching this video, where you want to stop consuming, you want to change your life, the fastest and most roundabout way to actually do that is to start working out. This seems unrelated, but around that time I was super skinny. I really wanted to work out. And so I just found some random half an hour workout on YouTube with some 5 pound, like pink girly dumbbells. And I remember I would just do the workouts, push, pull legs. I was hitting legs with 5 pound dumbbells, right? But that slowly, without even me realizing at the time, it changed my subconscious. It made me change who I thought I was in my head. Because before I didn't even realize it, I saw myself as a loser, as the guy who scrolls. And so, of course, I kept scrolling. It was only when I started to work out and start to actually see change in my body. I remember I got a slight bicep pump. I'm talking like I was still 100 pounds back then, but just a little extra little curve in my small bicep. And I was so happy. I was so proud. I literally showed my dad my bicep that, obviously looking back, is probably twice as small as my arm is now. But I was so proud. That changed how I saw myself. I started to see myself as the guy who works out, who takes care of himself, who says what he wants to do, who does what he says he would do. And most importantly, I started to see myself as the kind of guy who respects myself. And so it sounds really corny to say, but working out really did change my life because it changed who I saw myself as. This can happen for anything you do, but in my program, I specifically recommend the guys who want to go from consumers to builders to work out. And it's exactly because of this reason. You've been stuck with this identity of being a consumer for years at this point, right? However old you are, that's however many years you've continually reinforced the identity of a consumer, a loser. But the moment you start working out, mind you don't even need to see a lot of progress. Just the actual act of you saying you're going to work out and you do, that slowly but surely changes your identity over time. That's what I had to realize. Like, It's not even about the body you build at the end of working out. It's the kind of person you become by working out. And so as an action step for this video, I want you to literally go search up. Actually, don't even search up. Just do push-ups, go find a tree to hang off, do some pull-ups, and do some squats after this video. And I guarantee you, if you actually follow through, you will feel better. Sure, you might go back to scrolling afterwards, but just doing that one step is putting you one step closer to becoming a builder. And a builder is that young guy who's out there training hard, working on a project, and feeling proud of himself. A builder isn't scrolling all day and feeling like a loser. Of course he isn't. You're wanting to go from here to here. And the first step is working out. And again, you don't have to oversimplify it. Don't use this as an excuse to go watch videos and try to find a workout routine. Literally push-ups, pull-ups, squats. That's it. And if you're interested in fully becoming a builder in 30 days, there's a link in the description to a new program I'm doing to specifically help young guys, just like who I was, change from consumers to builders. Link in the description.